maths, whenever you see any expression of 0 and you are expected to find its value, what answer comes in your mind? 0, right? Because when any fundamental operation is applied with 0, like any real number multiplied with 0 or 0 divided by any non-zero number, the answer is 0. और जब कुछ हमें समझ नहीं आता है तो हम 0 ही बोल देते हैं, right? Like 0 divided by 0. So here one expression is mentioned above and this is the most asked question so far. So today we need to find out its value. If you are thinking what's the big deal in solving this? The answer could be 0 or 1. But no, if you are thinking so, then there is no meaning of making this video. Now, even if you ask Google, then it will not give you the appropriate answer. First, it starts giving you the complex answer. Then in conclusion, it says that all 4 answers are correct in different circumstances, which leads to confusion. Then the caution raised here that under this circumstance, particular circumstance, which one is correct? So let's explore this. Hello everybody, today we are going to find out the value of 0 raised to the power 0. So let's remember the almighty of 0 and start this video. Before answering, we need to think in which context this question has been asked. For instance, if you are asked what is 0, then what will be your answer? Your answer will be whole number, right? But 0 is an even number as well. So in order to say even number, question should have been asked as, is 0 an even number or odd number? Right? Makes sense? So in this same manner, we will see in which context this question has been asked. So here I will show you 3 contexts and I will discuss each one of them. Then we will reach to the conclusion. So the first context is multiplication identity of real number. So this identity says that if 1 is multiplied by a real number or a real number is multiplied by 1, the answer will be real number itself. Now we are going to put 0 because 0 is a real number. Now let's put 1 multiplied by 0 or 0 multiplied by 1, the answer will be 0 according to this property. Now we are going to put 0 raised to the power 0 here. As you can see, 1 multiplied by 0 raised to the power 0 or 0 raised to the power 0 multiplied by 1. What do you think? What should be the answer? If you are thinking the answer will be 0 raised to the power 0, so this is not correct. Because the reason is 0 raised to the power 0 is not a real number. According to traditional sense, the 0 raised to the power 0 is not considered as a real number. So in this case, 0 is not be the answer for sure. For sure. Okay. So let's eliminate 0. So 0 is not the answer for this. Now next context is exponent. So if you see any expression as a number is raised to the power another number, so this kind of expression is known as exponent. So here we are having 2 ways to showcase this exponent. The first is law of exponent and second is application of exponent. So first we are going to discuss about laws of exponent. So there is a law a raised to the power 0 equals to 1. So if there is any number and its exponent is 0, the answer will be 1. So according to this law, the answer should be 1. But there is a condition in this law. It says that a should be non-zero. Then only the answer will be 1. But we have the expression 0 raised to the power 0. Okay. So we are going to keep this 0 raised to the power 0 in application of exponent. Okay. Because this law a raised to the power 0 equals to 1 is not going to work here. According to this law, a should be non-zero, but here we are having 0. So we are going to keep this 0 raised to the power 0 in application of exponent, and according to this we cannot define what is the value of this expression. So we can say that we cannot define this value, so the answer should be not defined. Okay, so we can say that 0 raised to the power 0 cannot be 1. Okay, cannot be 1, so we are going to eliminate 1. Now whatever we have explored so far, we found that the answer will be not defined. Okay, so as you can see, according to exponent, the answer of 0 raised to the power 0 will be not defined or undefined. And why it should be not defined, I have explained. Now you all must be wondering, what about indeterminate form? So let's discuss this. So the third context is limit, which is a part of calculus. So in order to take limit of any function, if you can't evaluate the value of the function, because these functions are kind of special functions, then you are unable to reach to the conclusion. Then this kind of functions are categorized in different forms, and this category is known as indeterminate form. So indeterminate form is an expression where the value cannot be determined of any function. And what are these functions? These functions are these: 0 raised to the power 0, infinite upon infinite, infinite minus infinite, 0 raised to the power 0, 1 raised to the power infinite, infinite raised to the power 0, and 0 multiplied by infinite. So these are the special kind of functions, or we can say expressions, which are categorized in this form. This is called indeterminate form. Alright, so in terms of calculus, these functions are called indeterminate form. So as you can see, 0 raised to the power 0 lie in this category. So therefore this should be the indeterminate form. So according to this context, 0 raised to the power 0 should be indeterminate form, right? But no, here this will not be the answer. Mark my word, here this will not be the answer, because this expression has been generally asked. Okay, generally asked. It is not specified that there is a limit of the function and you need to determine its value. Okay, so here the correct answer should be not defined of this expression 0 raised to the power 0. Indeterminate form is also the correct answer, but only in terms of calculus, but not here. Okay, so we have reached to a conclusion that 0 and 1 cannot be the answer. Definitely not. Now out of these two, that is, so here 0 and 1 cannot be the answer, and we can say out of these two, not defined or undefined will be the correct answer. Okay, in this given circumstance, this is indeterminate form is also correct answer, but only in calculus. Okay, so the correct answer is not defined or undefined. Now I hope you have understood, and if you have any doubt or any query, you can ask me in the comment section. And if you like this video, please hit the like button, and see you in the next video. Keep learning, keep growing.